Hi everybody, I'm Trin Johnson and welcome to Dust in My Eye. So it's World Watercolor Month and there are daily prompts to paint from, and I am going to paint yesterday's prompt and today's prompt. I have them drawn out here in my little book. I like this little book, but it's not 100% water or 100% cotton paper, and so it does give me some problems sometimes. But these are supposed to be quick little sketches, and I am not against using some colored pencil or whatever it takes to do what I want to do. So I'm going to work on these two, possibly even simultaneously if I'm waiting for something to dry. Although I find this paper dries really quickly, so I don't know that that's really going to be a problem. But I thought it might be fun to just do these on camera and you can see what I am doing. Yesterday's prompt was spicy, and today's is rumble. So I have, like I said, I have them sketched in, and I am just going to give them some color. I think I'm going to start with the red chili peppers and just get a light coat down. Just trying to keep the bead going. And I am not trying to make a perfect rendition of this. That is not my goal. But I just want it to be a suggestion of what I'm seeing. I'm not trying to make a botanical rendering of these peppers for reference, you know, that kind of thing. Not my game. It's not really ever what I do. Now I want to add some deeper parts. But I don't really need the one bleeding into the other completely. I don't mind if it does it a little bit. But I want to do it while it's still wet, so I will get some blending that I don't have to work really hard for. I am personally not a fan of spicy food, but a lot of people in my family enjoy that burny sensation that I do not care for. Okay, I am going to let those dry because I would like to glaze over them with some brighter orange, something with a little more yellow in it. In the meantime, let's do our green one. I am using mostly Daniel Smith paints. I have green gold and I have sap green right now. I think I'm going to add a little lemon yellow to it because I want really light, bright green. Now I'm going to use a little undersea green and do the same sort of thing I did at on the other red ones, and just try and get some shadows in while it's still wet. Okay, and the stems they're kind of a little paler, maybe a little blue. So I'm going to add just a little turquoise to to make it just a little creamier kind of color. And now I'm got a little yellow ochre to do the cap. These two are confusing over here. I think I am going to just ignore the little part that shows. I don't have it quite drawn in exactly how it was supposed to be. But that's okay. A little shadow on that. Okay, I'm going to let that dry. And while that is drying, I'm going to look over here. And this is a beach scene. I took this picture years ago when a storm was rolling in and the thunder was rumbling, etc. So that's where this one comes from. I think because I'm going to go back over to that one, I'm going to go ahead and start with the sand, which is not usually what I start with. And I always like to have a little pink in my sand because that's just how it is where we are. Add a little pink, add a little purple. And I want it really light. Do a little lifting. That's good. Now that can dry before I go into the other parts. This looks pretty dry, so I'm going to go back to the first painting and get some of my orange, transpiral orange. And I'm adding some New Gamboge to it. I want to just glaze over this. Because they're really more of a bright orangish red color, more orange than red in some ways. And I'm going to do the same with green gold on our green pepper. Just adding a little bit of detail to the little flowers, what's left of the flowers when it turns into fruit or vegetable or bears fruit. I don't know how, I don't know the technical terms for a pepper. It's a question now, I'm curious. Is it like a tomato that's not really a vegetable? I don't know. Okay, I think maybe I will work on the background a little bit. I'm just going to add some blue to my green mix. And I'm going to add some yellow ochre to my green mix. This is undersea green. Got the reference photo, I think, from pexels.com. I think I went to 3 different sites, but I think that's where this one is from. Actually, it might be from Pixabay. Ah, I keep doing that. Okay, now I want some really, really dark green. So I'm going to take my undersea green and I'm going to add some indigo to it. Okay, I think I'm going to let that dry and then we'll come back with some highlights and such. So let's switch gears and switch trays. And we're going to mix up some blues here. Start with my cobalt. I'm going to make 2 puddles of cobalt. And the one puddle I am going to add some Venetian red to. And a little ultramarine blue. Now what I want to be able to get, I think I'm going to take this off for now. I want to be able to get the layering effect that I am seeing. So I'm going to start with these lower layers. My fluffier, but yet ominous clouds that are going on up here. It's a big shelf cloud. I'm trying to leave a little bit of space for my golden tree here. Beech tree. I think it's a beech tree. I would like to lift a little bit there for my yellow tree. And I have some yellow underbrush. I would like to get the really dark in there a little bit darker. So let's get some indigo mixed with that. My dark mixture and a little more ultramarine blue and a little imperial purple. Only bright white is the white right there, if that stays. Okay, now, normally my sky and my water have some of the same color in them, but there is such an extreme difference here. Probably because the sun is not there. I'm trying to mix up this murky, shadowy green, dark turquoisey kind of color. It's pretty good. Let's get a little bit of our sky color in there. And oddly, the water is not, was not rough yet right then. It was like literally the calm before the storm. So I just want to get a little of that in there. And then there was some darker herbs in there. It's always dark or seems dark right by the break. That's the contrast possibly. And it's usually really dark on the horizon. Oh, I don't know how straight that is anymore. But we're going to just go with it. And then right where the water and the sand meet, it's always a little purpley kind of color. A very grayed out purple. Where the wet sand is meeting the surf. Okay, now we need to get our green in here, which is a very, very bright green because the sun is shining. Before the storm, the sun is back in the back, just going crazy on these grasses. They're like lemon yellow. A little teeny bit of green in them. So I'm going to kind of do a little bit of a wash here. And then I quickly want to get a dark wash down here. This is yellow ochre and some sepia. While that is still wet, I would like to take my scraper here and go both ways. It's working really well with the brown, but you can't really see the yellow scraping up, so I'm going to have to add some. I think I'm going to add a little bit of a little darker green, little sap green. So I have something to pull that's got a little more color in it. Get that feel. Because if there's no contrast, you can't see it. Okay, that gives us that feeling. And now I have all these golden leaves and brush over here underneath where this tree was, next to it. A little Venetian red in there for shadows. Okay, now my tree, it's not lemon yellow, but there is definitely a lighter yellow in there. Use a little new gamboge. Do the lightest part first. A little Aussie red gold. This is Aussie red gold there. I'm going to use a little bit of it in this. So there's some shadow in my tree. Then I want some branches. Do a little scraping because I want it light or yellow. Probably will come in over top of this with a colored pencil just to make it work better. More sky. Make it show up better. More water. Sky holes. We'll come back and we'll mess with that a little bit. Okay, back to our chili peppers. I think I'm going to let that dry. And I'm going to do a little colored pencil work on top of them. Let's see, what do I want? Let's see if this does it. I'm going to go to this one first because this one's drier. Well, I say that, but it's really not dry. I think I'm going to hit them with a dryer for a minute. Okay, we are going to try this again. And if this does not work, not as bright as I want it to be, so I got my Inktense pencils and I'm going to give that a try and see if that is more what I am after. Because my Inktense pencils, I can wet and use so they sit more on the surface. I get more color laid down. I really like Inktense pencils. This tree is where the sun is too, as opposed to the dark clouds that are coming. Aha! I'm going, where is my white one? This is a Caran d'Ache water-soluble pencil. Cover my spot. Bark, that's what I want. The other thing that makes it pop is the contrast of the blue behind it. And that was really nice for that part, but I would like a lighter blue, just proving difficult to find. You know what? I have this one. That might work. This is Caran d'Ache water-soluble pencil. That's more the color. And that helps a lot. Okay, one more thing I would like to do. Get a little bit of highlight on there. All right, now back to my chili peppers. Okay, red ones. They're water soluble, so I'm calling them watercolor. One more, and then we're gonna call these two done. This paper kind of dulls things down too, I've found. I like the size of it, and I really like it for mixed media kinds of things that I've been doing in another one, but it isn't the greatest for watercolor. But since that's what this challenge is, that's what I'm doing in it right now. And it was actually the only one I had book that I could, sketchbook that I could do it. That was what I wanted size-wise, and hey, that's a little brighter now. I'll lighten that up a little bit. Our one cat is yowling because she desperately wants to go out to the garage with my husband because he has let her out there before. But she's not supposed to go out to the garage. But she is just crying at the door. So sad. All right. Not quite the right shapes, but close enough. I don't think peppers are exact. Yeah. Okay. That's going to be good enough. All right. Took me a bit, but I got where I wanted to get. And this one is spicy. 7, 11, 25. And this one is rumble. And there we go. So I hope you got something out of this. I hope it was fun to watch. If it's really long, I may have one of a version of this up on my Patreon once it gets up and running, which should be soon. And I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you are interested in seeing my previous World Watercolor Month posts, check out my Instagram because I post them there every couple days. So if you want to see the old ones, that's where they'll be. Thank you so much for being here, and I really, really appreciate you and appreciate your watching. So if you could hit the like, that'd be great. And if you would like to, please check out my Etsy shop where I've printed some of my artwork along with cute little monsters and other fun stuff for sale.